Hi, everyone. Welcome to the fourth episode of TV and Film Focus. My name is Victoria Main. I'm here today with my guests, Marion Gustafson from the 48-Hour Film Festival, which is coming up very soon here. We're going to talk a lot about that. And Heather Olson from Arrowhead Film Co-op. So welcome, gals, and thanks for being here. Let's start with the 48-Hour Film Festival, okay? So that is coming up in July, correct?
That's right, July 19th.
Okay.
We are having our meet and greet this coming Saturday, June 29th.
Oh.
At the Zeitgeist.
Okay. And all the events for this happen at the Zeitgeist, correct?
So far, unless that changes. Yes.
Okay. Okay. So give us just a brief rundown. I know a little bit about the 48-Hour Film Festival. It's a national thing that happens in cities all across the country, but your city, your group has to apply and be accepted as part of the festival, correct?
That's right. You form a team. That means you are the filmmaker, you should have a writer, you should have a cameraman, a light person, actors. You sign up on the website. You list all of your team members and come up with a name for your group.
Mm-hmm.
Then on the 19th, you show up at the Zeitgeist for the kickoff event. Get to meet all the other team members, get to kind of chat, and then at the end of it, out of a hat, we will pull the genre.
Okay.
So you don't get to know what type of film you're going to make until Friday night.
Okay.
So you may pull horror, you may pull family or comedy. Then you rush off, write, shoot, and edit all that weekend.
In 48 hours.
In 48 hours. Then you drop that off on your thumb drive back to the drop-off site.
Okay.
On Sunday night.
Now, some Duluth folks, and we're going to cut over to talk a little bit about the Arrowhead Filmmakers Co-op here, because Duluth had to apply to, it's almost like a franchise. They had to be allowed to host a festival. Not all cities, right?
Exactly.
Who apply are able to do this. So talk a little bit about that process and the folks from Arrowhead Film Co-op who made that happen.
So we have a steering committee set up right now with the Arrowhead Filmmakers Co-op. There's, I think, 6 of us now. At the time, that included Francis Hyde, who was the person that initially contacted the 48-Hour Film Project.
Okay.
So he actually got us in touch with them and did a lot of the initial legwork until we got to the point where we brought Marion in as our city producer, and we're really excited that this is something that we can bring to the area, because forming the co-op, we were like, what can we do for the film community in Duluth? So that was a really big deal for us to get that.
Yeah, great job. And so there was a fair amount of paperwork and stuff involved in sort of getting the franchise and being able to have that happen in Duluth. Okay. So the 48-Hour Film Festival, and we're going to talk some more about the Arrowhead Filmmakers Co-op too, but the 48-Hour Film Festival is coming up, and they, on the 19th through the 21st, that's when people make their films.
That's right.
But then there's a screening later, correct?
Exactly. August 3rd is the screening at the Zeitgeist.
Okay.
Now, this is the key about the 48-Hour Film Project. Many times, filmmakers make a film, a short film, 5 minutes. They send it off to a film festival, but there is no guarantee that it will be shown. If you sign up, if your group, your film team signs up, you are guaranteed that your film will be shown. And those credits you can put on any resume anywhere.
Okay. So we've got a fairly good-sized and growing film community here, as the Arrowhead Filmmakers Co-op can attest. There are some teams already signed up. I noticed you've got like 6 or 7 teams or something already on the website. But people can sign up right up until on the night of the event, on the July 19th, right?
Yep.
Right to 6 p.m. on the 19th of July.
So are we expecting a lot more folks from the co-op to decide they're going to get
Definitely.
it? I would think so,
I know
too.
of at least 5 more teams that are looking into it, so.
Okay.
It's just getting those funds secured so they can sign up.
So it's going to be a wild weekend. Now,
Oh, yeah.
as festival producer, one of your jobs is sort of dealing with the paperwork that teams are required to submit in order to follow the rules of the festival, correct?
That's right. They do have to fill out the paperwork online.
Oh.
Everything's online.
Oh, okay.
However, they need to bring a copy of the contract that they sign to the kickoff event, showing that, yes, we actually signed up, here's our contract, we're actually going to do this.
Okay. So, and then there's also paperwork involved with people signing releases and stuff like that.
Exactly.
Okay. So Arrowhead Filmmakers Co-op. So are they going to do anything to, I know that, a pretty decent number of the filmmakers will be doing projects over this weekend.
Yeah.
Is there going to be any kind of organized kind of assistance that they're going to be providing?
Yeah, actually, we just had a meeting last night, the steering committee, and including Marion, and discussed about what we could do to make Duluth's 48 special. We were talking about reaching out to the community to try to get donations for just having like a communal area where filmmakers can come and kind of set up base so that the people that are coming in from out of town or maybe live 2 hours away or half an hour away don't have to be going back and forth from their houses or whatever to edit. And so we're trying to set up some sort of home base in connection with Sparkworks and get donations for snacks and whatever we can get our hands on to offer the teams.
Absolutely. So you'd create kind of almost like a filmmaker's lounge where people could,
Yes.
if they could edit on their laptops or whatever, they can actually come and hang out
Yep.
and not have to go back home.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Drive.
Okay.
Waste time driving. You only have 48 hours.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I didn't even think of that, but I suppose you could. I mean,
Yeah.
conceivably, if you were from the Twin Cities, you could run up here.
And I believe we already have one team that is from the Twin
Yes, we
Cities.
do. We have one team that's from the Twin
So-
Cities.
Okay, well, I hope they have friends to stay with.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, so 48-hour film festival. It's a big deal. Let's say we've made all the films. We've made, a bunch of great films, albeit short films, right?
Yes.
So people can see these films on August 3rd, right?
Yes.
Correct? That's
That's
the
right.
screening night. And is that a free public event? Does that cost money? Are you buying tickets?
$10 for the tickets.
Okay.
I know that's a little high, but it's also a fundraiser for Arrowhead Film.
Okay, great. Well, that makes sense. And I think $10 is perfectly reasonable.
Well, these days for films, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So, yeah, and you could conceivably, you could see 10 different,
Exactly.
12, 14 little
Yeah.
short films. So
It's a good night of
Absolutely.
entertainment.
I think that's a great price.
Yes.
So go to that, everybody. Go to the 48-hour film festival on August 3rd and see what all the crazy people made. But let's get back to Arrowhead Filmmakers Co-op for a second. So you guys are just to give folks a little background, the Film Co-op is a new organization, but you're making a lot of progress in terms of figuring out how you can support local filmmakers and stuff. So can you just give us a little bit of a rundown on where you guys are at?
Yeah. We actually are coming up on our 1-year anniversary since our first meeting. We just realized it's going to be 2 Tuesdays from now, the 9th.
Cool.
And so we're deciding that we're going to have elections on that day to initiate an actual board.
Okay.
Get rid of the steering committee and become an official organization on that date, which is really exciting. But one of our very first meetings that we had, it was actually at Zeitgeist, ironically, and we invited everyone we could think of and brought up a bunch of topics of ways that we could potentially assist the community and had everybody vote on what things would be the most helpful to them. And one of those things was distribution. That was very top of the list, as well as a directory where almost in the final stages of launching our website, which includes a directory of local filmmakers. And obviously a lot of our attention has been on the 48 because that was a thing that people were interested in, is getting more involved in festivals and, you know, getting their stuff out there. And then we're also discussing what we can do for distribution, who we can get people in contact with and all that jazz. So
let's, I want to talk a little bit about the website and what you guys have done with this directory. Now, this directory will be a tool that will be available to producers who are in the area or are looking at shooting stuff here. And you've got it all broken down. You've got talent, you've got locations, you've got crew people, you've got producers, you got all different, correct?
Yep. Even down to like caterers and locations. You know, there's things that people don't necessarily think about as being involved with film, like actors and directors. That's pretty, you know,
Sure.
standard. But hotels and, you know, you got to feed the crew and the cast. So we included a lot of that stuff as well, trying to, you know, make it sort of a full guidebook, you know.
Yeah.
You could come in and be like, here's all the contacts I need. I guess I'm ready to film now. Because we want people to come and we want people to give us the jobs.
Yep, and of course we've got Catalyst Content Festival coming for the first year in October. Otherwise, it used to be called the Independent TV Festival. And so, Marion, you are also involved in the film co-op, and I don't know. It seems like this is a pretty exciting time to watch these organizations kind of come together and try to figure out how to facilitate what's coming, because it certainly seems like the film and television thing is about to take off here. So just talk a little bit about, you know, how you feel like it all goes together. The AFC, the Filmmakers Co-op, the 48-Hour Film Festival. How does it all come together?
Victoria, I was thinking about that. We have come through a long season of dark, a lot of fog, a lot of rain, and metaphorically with film.
I was just going to say we've come out of the fog, yeah.
We have come out of the fog. I was looking out today. Beautiful blue skies, brilliant green, and colors of the flowers were popping out. And I think we have such a strong artistic community, theater community, and now I think it is time for the film community to blossom.
I agree, and
We are well on our way. I
Heather,
think.
throw in your 2 cents there. I know you're dying to.
I mean, as a theater person, I'm down with the theater game being strong in our town, so that's good. But as I've drifted more towards film, I'm very excited that it's becoming more prosperous in our town.
Well, and it's also really exciting to see, this is literally like, a new industry here. I mean, it's not that, because people have certainly been doing film and, film work and things before now. Mm-hmm. That's not new, but to sort of have this kind of coalescing of resources and this, the Catalyst Festival and the co-op and getting the 48-hour festival, it just seems like sort of the pieces are falling into place to really get the jumpstart this industry, which requires a lot.
Yes.
And provides a lot of different kinds of sort of ancillary work for people.
Mm-hmm.
So that's
Definitely.
great. So I know you're both excited.
Oh yeah.
So
Very.
yeah, and it's funny because this 48-hour thing is a really popular thing across the country. It's a really big deal. Yeah. And then it's also not just across the country. This is a global 48-hour film festival is global, correct?
Absolutely. In fact, I was looking on the website. Currently, they are in Cannes with the Cannes Short Film Festival, and this is one of the prizes. If your film wins on the screening here in Duluth in August 3rd, it will be entered in the Filmapalooza, and that winner, possibly the Duluth film, will go on to the Cannes Short Film Festival. So it is actually an international event.
Wow. Well, and also, am I correct that other countries can have teams? There are teams from other countries, correct?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, there's teams from all over the planet,
Absolutely.
you know. So that's a pretty cool thing too.
Yeah.
Well, so I don't know. I think Duluth might be looking at some kind of great population spike where people start just
Ooh.
moving here in droves. And to do film and television stuff and theater and other arts and but you know, then we're gonna have to get the potholes fixed and all that. So hopefully we can
Hey,
get
it'll
that
help.
worked out.
That's right.
But yeah, it's all very good news. Now, what's next for the co-op? I know you're just getting the final stages of this directory, which is
Yeah.
awesome. The website.
Yeah.
Coming 48-hour film fest coming up.
Yep.
What's after that? What's on the horizon for this year?
We definitely have been discussing this for a while. We have our list of things that everyone voted on in our early on meeting, and once we get everything figured out and we finalize our board and get a bank account going, like make it official, we're gonna move forward, I believe, with helping with distribution
Okay.
connections with local filmmakers. So helping them get in contact with the correct people. We've also talked about many other things that we could work on. The list is like 20 items long, so.
I assume that, you know, on your list somewhere might be, like, for instance, studio space, like somebody creating studio, you know.
Yeah, we've talked about that. We've talked about equipment rental and just like, anything
Sure.
to help, really.
Absolutely.
The list is forever. Like I said, it's expansive, so.
And you Heather, you also work with Brandon Cole and Death
Correct.
Calm Studios. So,
Yes.
So you know, you kind of come at it from that side too. You're
Mhm.
actually helping to produce local stuff.
Yep, definitely.
Marion, now you're not going to have time to do anything really other than produce this festival, but if you did, I mean, do you have a, you know, at some point are you going to develop an interest in, you know, actually producing some films, maybe being in some films, directing, writing?
Absolutely. I am currently involved in a group called Creative Coffee,
Oh, you're with okay.
which means meet every other Saturday at, where does it?
Lyric?
Lyric, thank you. And I've been working on some screenplays.
Oh, you're a writer. Okay. Gotcha.
I also enjoy acting. However, the first meeting I went, I was so excited to be there. I had been to other writing groups, all very supportive, but just knowing that other people in my group were working on the same medium really helped. Got there, got to help read other people's writing, and then I realized, oh no, I have to write. Oh, that's right.
It's a
I have
writing
to
group.
do it myself.
Yeah.
I can't just press a button and tell the computer, okay, create a screenplay now.
So just to clarify for people, Creative Coffee is an offshoot of is part of Arrowhead Filmmakers Co-op. It's a group that developed out of that.
Exactly.
So these are writers that get together every Saturday morning, and I've seen the notices on Facebook, and they meet up at Lyric and they talk about what they're writing. But
Exactly.
they theoretically they're writing things. So yeah, if you were going to join the writers group,
Right.
you kind of have to show up with something. You kind of have to write something. So yeah, and that's another thing. You know, we need to develop now the talent that's out there and start giving them forums to get their work out and get commentary on their work, and you know how important that is with the Filmmakers Co-op, is to be able to show your work, right?
Yes.
And so Creative Coffee is that for writers.
Yes.
You get to get together and make more screenplays, which we're going to need.
Absolutely.
It's this booming business.
That's right. So, well, is there anything you want to say about Arrowhead Filmmakers Co-op that we haven't covered yet, Heather?
Come to our meetings.
Come to your meetings. Let's talk
Yeah.
about your meetings.
They're currently every other Tuesday at 6:30, last about an hour at the Sparkworks I don't, it's on 3rd Street.
2701 West
Thank
3rd.
you. I just know where it is, so I never know the address.
So say that again. It's every other Tuesday.
Every other Tuesday at 6:30 at 2701 West 3rd Street in the Sparkworks building. It's an old church there.
And you generally do you announce those meetings on Facebook?
Yep, we have a Facebook page, the Arrowhead Filmmakers Co-op. I also have an email list that I send out the agenda to, so if you have any interest in being on that email list, shoot a message to our Facebook page and we'll add you to that. And yeah, come to the meetings.
The meetings are great.
Exciting
I've
stuff.
been to the meetings. They're a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Just hearing what people, and now it's really going to start rolling. You know,
Yeah.
the first year of the organization, you know, there was a lot of planning that needed to go on and deciding what we're going to be and how we're going to be.
Exactly.
You know, so now we're getting to the good part where they're actually going to start doing stuff.
Exactly.
So that's exciting. So I get to as many meetings as I can get because I love to see what's going on. Marion, so is there anything else you need to tell us about this 48-hour film festival? Now, it costs, if you want to register a team, which you can do up until July 19th at 6 p.m., there is a cost associated with it does cost money to register.
It absolutely does, Victoria. It costs $145,
Okay.
and that price will stay the same until the 19th.
Okay.
And that's just to register.
Okay.
But anything above and beyond that, your team is responsible for. So if you're from out of town or if you live farther out and you want to stay in town, you're responsible to house your crew and cast.
Okay. So yeah, there's a registration fee for participating, but the producer, whoever's doing the film, is responsible for their expenses incurred
Right.
in the making of their film. Okay.
As I was talking about this at a previous Arrowhead Film meeting, I was saying you're responsible to feed your cast and crew. Now, it can be peanut butter sandwiches and apple slices in brown bags, but it's still your job
Sure.
to make sure that everyone gets fed, everyone has a place to sleep. Can be your friends, buddies, hairdressers place.
Right.
Or if you have money, absolutely get a hotel. Fabulous hotels here in Duluth.
Yeah. Okay. So, yeah. So try to keep your actors fed while you're, and at least reasonably comfortable. All right. So, is there anything else you gals want to cover? Did I miss anything?
Not that I can think of.
Okay. So, just to review, everything's tremendously exciting. That's our wrap up. Everything's tremendously exciting that's happening with television and film in Duluth. We've got the Arrowhead Filmmakers Co-op, a brand new organization, only a year old. They're just babies. And then we've got 48-Hour Film Festival, which Duluth won with a marvelous proposal submitted to the powers that be, the internet gods, who chose Duluth as a worthy location for this festival. And then we've got Catalyst Content Festival coming to Duluth for the first time in October. It's all just too exciting. It's just,
really is.
it's fabulous stuff. We're all excited. So join us next time. Wave goodbye. Thanks everyone. We'll see you next time.